Assalamualaikum, my name is Nora Fizahani binti Jafar and today I would like to present for Sustainable Development Assignment. And this is my group member. And our project proposal are electrical car as alternative to reduce footprints. So we will start with introduction. So what is meant by electrical vehicles? So electrical vehicle also known as environment friendly vehicles, and it doesn't use any petrol or diesel, and it uses two type battery, which is battery electrical vehicles and plug-in hybrid electrical vehicles. And what is carbon footprints? Carbon footprint is a total amount of greenhouse gases including carbon dioxide, and it can cause global warming and climate change. If we reduce this greenhouse gas, we can improve our air quality and save life. So this is our goal and target. So our alternative to reduce carbon footprints by planning a low carbon city, reduce carbon emission in Malaysia and switch to low carbon energy provider, which means by using an electrical car, because it's one of top option to reduce carbon footprints, and our target is people in Malaysia who living in the highest carbon emission area. So this map showing the air quality in every state in Malaysia.
Assalamualaikum and a good day. My name is Norasida Farizati and I will continue for the problem statement regarding this issue. So the first problem statement is Malaysia keep the efforts to reduce the carbon footprint. This can be seen from the statistical review of World Energy 2019, where the carbon dioxide emissions from the energy use grew 2% from last year, which is the fastest growth in 7 years. The second is in Malaysia, the carbon dioxide emission is caused by the transportation activity by 97.1%. The others are contributes from the power station and the industrial. Moving on to the difference between the combustion engine and the electric motor. Basically, combustion means burning. It is an exothermic chemical reaction that involves fuel and oxidants. This principle lies at the heart of internal combustion engines. Some fuel, some air, and a few dozen parts working together to control the process. And for the electric motor, the concept is the electric engine revolves around magnetism. The engine draws powers from a battery, creating a magnetic force that propels the car forward. The three primary components of an electric car are the electric motor, controller, and battery, and lithium-ion is one of the most common battery used in electric vehicles. So here is the difference between the electric car and the car that use gasoline. So the electric car doesn't cause tailpipe emission. It is from the utility company, and the range is about 100 plus minus mile, and it takes hours to recharge. It costs 2 cents per mile. As for the car using gasoline, it causes the greenhouse gases pollution, and the petroleum is from the oil PEC. The mile range is about 300 plus mile, and it takes minutes to refuel, and it costs 12% plus per mile. So that's all from me. Moving on to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Izayu and I'm presenter number 3. I will share about method to solve this problem. Okay, for roadmap to solve the problem, first we should do plan action on encompassing vehicle fuel economy and emission improvement. And second is adoption low emission vehicle and EV, which is electrical vehicle. And the third is alternative fuel adoption. And the last one is greenhouse gas emission and energy reduction via mode shift. The next slide is analysis electric car able to lead to sustainable development. We can see based on table 1 is CO2 emission by electric car, and the table 2 is CO2 emission by diesel and petrol gas. Based on the table, we can see carbon emission from diesel type are higher compared to electric car type. And the next slide, we can see analysis electric car able to lead to sustainable development based on graph. For the first graph, we can see the numbers of light-duty passenger electric vehicles sold, produced, and battery pack produced in different regions of the world between 2010 and 2017. And the second graph, we can see the red one is electrical car, and the blue one is petrol car. Based on the graph, we can see the electric car are lower than petrol car. The result of these ratios have shown electric and hybrid cars are greener than cars that use fossil fuels. And then electric and hybrid cars in compact class produce less CO2 than diesel and petrol cars. And the last one is luxury class diesel and petrol car produce 3 times more CO2 than their opposite electric car. That's all for me. Thank you.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Naida Tubahair binti Abdullah as a presenter 4. Today I would like to present my part, which is about benefit electrical car toward environment and advantage of electrical car. There are many benefits of electric vehicle towards environment, such as the major benefit of electric car are improving air quality in towns and cities. Because of reduced harmful exhaust emission is good news for our health. Better air quality will lead to less health problems and costs caused by air pollution. Electric vehicles are also quieter than petrol or diesel cars, which means electric vehicles can also help with noise pollution, especially in cities where speeds are generally low. On the plus side, electric vehicles do work to give us clean streets, making our city a better place to be for pedestrians and cyclists. So, over a year, one electric car on the roads can save an average 1.5 million grams of carbon dioxide. Because of the noise pollution, if the city is predominantly filled with electric vehicles, we will all get to experience a quieter and more peaceful environment. Besides, lower fuel cost, electric vehicles also serve a greener alternative to gas or diesel vehicles. By eliminating exhaust, it can reduce a fleet's greenhouse gas emissions. These advantages or benefits help businesses stay sustainable. Next, the figure shows advantage of electric car. So let's highlight some of crucial advantages the electrical car have to offer. The biggest factor making electric vehicles are an asset is that electric vehicles that run electricity emit zero tailpipe emissions. The second, because of tailpipe emission, the carbon dioxide emissions of electric vehicles are much cleaner compared to the emission from eco-friendly petrol engines. Next, curtailing noise pollution, because of electric motors are generally very quiet. As per fuel economy, electric vehicles convert over 77% of the electrical energy from the grid to power of the wheels. Next of the advantage is fewer particulates. The electric vehicles are not directly emitting these particulates into the street air. And the lastly is night chargings lead to cleaner energy. With the overall energy consumption being lower in the nights, charging leads to electric vehicles assisting in the delivering of better amounts of renewables. That's all from me. I will pass to next presenter, which is Azarina.
My name is Nurul Azarina. I am the last presenter. I will present the benefit electric car for society. First benefit, it can potentially improve the public health. Millions of cars over the last century has contributed to air pollution and decreased quality of life for many people. Second benefit is EF maintenance cost. It costs a lot less to maintain the electric car than a traditional car vehicle. And third, great economy growth. And lastly, the electric vehicles are getting more and more affordable. The benefit electric car for economy. The first benefit is EF provide economic benefit to a state by reducing fuel costs and shifting consumption away from import oil. Second, introduction of fuel levy of 1 cent per litre on all diesel and petrol purchase. And third, allowing charging station owner to resell electricity or EF driver. And fourth, investment in local recycling, conditioning, and or use of EF battery. And lastly, investment in EF technician training or certification to a local workshop certification. As a conclusion, electric cars may be not completely green, but they are better alternative than diesel and petrol cars to reduce carbon footprint. Besides, green innovation in automotive industry must be priority because cars are one of the main emitter of CO2 emission. By reducing the use of diesel and petrol engine and increasing the use of electric car, it will reduce CO2 emission between 2 and 4 times. Lastly, the earth is what we all have in common by Wendell Berry. That's all from us. Thank you.